Right now at 6, an agreement finally reached. What's in Wisconsin's unofficial new budget?
And state senators react to the Senate's decision on President Trump's big, beautiful bill.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. A former Viroqua area school staffer is accused of having sexual contact with an underage victim.
Ashley Benson was arrested Monday. Reports allege she had sexual contact with the victim on multiple occasions at multiple locations. She's being held on a $5,000 signature bond. Her initial appearance is set for later this month.
The man accused of stabbing a Toma resident, causing life-threatening injuries last November, faced sentencing this afternoon. 33-year-old Justin Novak pled no contest and was found guilty of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, as well as aggravated battery and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. His fourth charge of felony bail jumping is dismissed but read in. Novak now sentenced to 15 years of initial confinement and 30 years extended supervision. Developing news out of Madison, Governor Evers and legislative leaders have reached a budget deal.
So how did the bill come to be? News 8 Now's Allison Ferget is in the newsroom with the answer.
Both Democrats and Republicans were able to achieve their priorities thanks to what experts call a once-in-a-generation type of budget. Governor Tony Evers calling it a pro-kid budget that's a win for Wisconsin's kids, families, and our future. The deal struck between the governor and GOP leaders includes a $256 million boost to the Universities of Wisconsin system. With that comes funding for UW-La Crosse's Prairie Springs Science Center project. There's also a $330 million increase in funding for child care programs.
It benefits not only the families that need to rely on child care and keeping those rates affordable for them, but keeps the child cares in business. Without some of that funding, they aren't able to make ends meet.
And while state Democrats achieved many of their goals, the GOP also had some wins. Republicans secured a $1.3 billion tax cut, which will expand the state's second lowest tax bracket.
They really wanted to prioritize tax cuts, and that's exactly what they did. So I think both sides are going to claim a victory here.
In a political age where polarization is high and true bipartisanship is rare, Dragowski says the right circumstances came together for a budget like this to happen. One of the key factors, the state's multi-billion-dollar surplus.
This type of budget surplus is extremely rare. Both sides could use that surplus money to try to achieve their policy objectives.
He added that Evers' partial veto power and the narrow Republican majorities in the legislature meant the two parties had to compromise to get the budget deal done.
Given the right circumstances, bipartisanship can still happen, and this budget deal is proof of that.
The full Wisconsin legislature is set to meet Wednesday to vote on the budget. Governor Evers says once it's passed, he'll announce whether he's seeking re-election, so we can expect that decision in the next few weeks. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Allison. Developing out of D.C., President Trump on the verge of a big legislative win. The Senate has passed his mega spending bill. The vote was 50-50, forcing Vice President J.D. Vance to cast the tiebreaker. 3 Republican senators voted with Democrats against the bill: Maine's Susan Collins, North Carolina's Thom Tillis, and Kentucky's Rand Paul.
All of that spending will have to be borrowed, and this bill will lead to a much greater deficit over time, and I don't believe it's fiscally responsible.
The fight over the bill now moves back to the House. Republican Senator Ron Johnson, who was initially critical of the bill, had this to say: "By passing the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, we have avoided a $4 trillion automatic tax increase and a default on our debt." And Democrat Tammy Baldwin had this to say: "Today I voted against rigging our tax code in favor of the biggest corporations and ultra-wealthy, all on the backs of working families."
The Stop the Billionaire giveaway bus tour was in La Crosse. It highlights the so-called harmful impacts of the GOP's federal budget and tax bill.
Well, it's going to have a huge impact on our communities. 1.4 million people in this state alone stand to lose health coverage if this bill goes forward.
At one point, protesters took the demonstration to Congressman Derek Van Orden's office, going inside to knock on his door, but went back outside when he didn't answer.
Justice Jill Karofsky's term as Chief Justice of the Wisconsin Supreme Court has officially begun. Justice Karofsky was elected to the court in 2020 and chosen to be Chief Justice earlier this year. She succeeds outgoing Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who will leave the court when her term ends this month.
A new report is out on La Crosse water, and it's good. According to the report, the tap water is safe. As for PFAS, no well has a level that would exceed safety standards. And drinking and cooking water accounts for only 1% of the tap water used by households around La Crosse. High water levels are causing closures of multiple trails in La Crosse. Pettibone Drive North is barricaded due to the unsafe conditions, as well as Cottonwood, Grand Crossing, Vietnam Veterans, and Willow Trails. No word yet when the trails will reopen.
Well, quite a sunny start to this one.
It sure was, Ken.
We've got Great River Sound tonight in Onalaska, free concert out there, so hoping for some lovely conditions, Greg.
No issues this evening, really. It's going to be just a few clouds that begin to dissipate as the sun begins to set. All in all, it's going to be very nice this evening. You see just a few fair weather cumulus clouds have developed in afternoon heating, but once the sun sets, they will go away. Otherwise, temperatures in the low to mid 80s. These are pretty close to where we should be this time of year. Humidity levels were about where we should be this time of year, so all in all, pretty typical 1st of July day. No problems this evening. We'll have the sunshine come back out, 72 by 11 p.m. with a little bit lower humidity too, and similar story for La Crosse. Any clouds out there will dissipate fairly quickly, getting back down to 73 at about 10-11 p.m. Now tonight's lows would be maybe a degree too warmer, but pretty close to last night. Clear skies, light winds, all in all very pleasant conditions too to start off. Then as the big picture shows, we do have a cold front up to the north that's going to provide a little bit of instability to give us a few showers and storms over to Wednesday, and then it'll be sitting here on Thursday. But all in all, most of the days are going to be dry, but that is going to bring a little bit more activity and a little bit of haze out there. You can notice there's some haze, and that is a little bit of the smoke out there from the fires still burning in Canada. Now later on we'll kind of give you the sparkling forecast. Is it going to be good, so-so, or is it going to be rained on for the 4th of July? We're talking about Friday evening too. And then we'll show you what Saturday and going into next week looks like also.
All right, we're all on pins and needles waiting for that 4th of July
Sure
forecast.
are. Thank you.
Greg.
Chippewa Valley Health Cooperative will offer a new health care service this fall. The cooperative bought the former St. Joseph's Hospital and plans to reopen it as an interim campus. Officials say the campus will offer 30 hospital beds, a 24/7 emergency room, and surgery services while they build a new hospital in Lake Hallie.
Yeah, which is at least a year away. Starting tomorrow, thousands will be traveling to Riverside Park to celebrate the 4th at Riverfest. Now, this comes as construction is happening on many streets downtown. Organizers hope people will brave the parking struggle and come to the park.
The parking ramps are relatively close by, and if they can't find parking in the ramps, there's always the street parking, and we have handicap parking right along Front Streets, right by our main entrance.
Riverfest runs July 2nd to the 5th. Opening ceremonies take place tomorrow at 11 a.m.
And you can get a free Uber ride on the 4th of July thanks to Pemberton Injury Law Firm. The firm is offering free rides for Wisconsin residents on the night of the 4th to reduce drunk driving. July 4th is one of the most dangerous holidays on Wisconsin roads. The firm says that's why they're working to stop accidents before they happen.
We represent these victims. We see how their lives are impacted. It's devastating what we see go on. And if we can make a little bit of a difference, if we save one life by doing this, it's worth it.
You can get your free Uber voucher at pembertonpi.com.
A weekly story time in Winona is bringing families together this summer. Every Tuesday at 10:30, kids can enjoy stories, songs, and movement at Sinclair Park. Storytime runs until 11, and then Winona Area Public Schools provides free lunch for kids under 18. Families should bring blankets or chairs since the grass is the seating area. The sessions will run through the end of July.
A few new laws go into effect today. Iowa becomes the 31st state to ban holding your phone while driving. The hands-free law makes it illegal to hold, use, or watch your phone behind the wheel. You can still use Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, or phone mounts. Despite going into effect today, Iowa will only issue warnings through New Year's Eve.
And there's a new boating law in Minnesota. Anyone operating a boat or watercraft must be at least 12 years old and have a valid operator's license. There is an exception. Someone 21 or older with a license must be within immediate reach of the controls. You must also have a valid permit and be 18 or older to also rent a boat now. Coming up, a somber tribute along an Idaho highway. How the area is honoring the 2 firefighters who were ambushed and lost in the line of duty.
And a look at what some are calling alligator Alcatraz, who President Trump reportedly wants to house in the facility. When we come back.
We're here at U.S. Cellular for Us Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them.
It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Swag.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
The 30% solar tax credit could end in 2025. If you want to install solar on your residential or commercial property and receive this tax credit, call 608-780-2347 to get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy today.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
It's time to find great summer values at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to get out and celebrate the season at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like Blaine's logoed camp chairs, $9.99. Men's work and sport shorts, $17.99 for rewards members. 1-pound bags of Blaine's brand pecan halves or pieces, only $6.99. Plus, now through Sunday, we're thanking all first responders and healthcare workers with an extra 10% off their entire purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular. Built for us.
People gathered along the highway between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene to honor 2 Idaho firefighters killed. The Coeur d'Alene County Sheriff said the firefighters were shot after a gunman set a brush fire to target them. Community members lined the streets and overpasses to pay their respects to the fallen heroes.
I wanted to make sure the families of these fallen firefighters know how much the community is mourning with them and feeling for their loss. And I felt it was important to show up in person and not just watch it on TV, because the firefighters show up for us in person. And when they get the call, they're here.
Police say the 20-year-old suspect in the attack killed himself at the scene. They continue to investigate his motive.
President Trump traveled to Florida today to inspect the site of a controversial new migrant detention center dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. The remote facility is to be reconfigured at a cost of $450 million to hold undocumented immigrants in the middle of the Everglades. At the center's unveiling, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem warned those in the U.S. illegally to self-deport.
If you don't, you may end up here. And you may end up here and being processed, deported out of this country, and never get the chance to come back.
Governor DeSantis joined the president on the tour and said the facility will soon be ready to hold 3,000 detainees.
We will have more news ahead.
But first,
it's going to be mainly dry for the next several days, but we do have storm chances each day, along with an increase in humidity, especially for 4th of July. We'll time out what it looks like for temperatures on 4th of July and whether any precipitation will impact your activities. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Celebrate in style during the 4th of July patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts. Save up to $500 on porch and patio with instant rebates. This Vista Wheaton 5-piece set is now just $11.99. Buy more, save more during the 4th of July patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
At Sealands Carpeland, we have a huge flooring selection, but we offer tiles for more than just your floors. Looking to update your kitchen backsplash? We've got you covered. Remodeling your bathroom shower or walls? We got that too. With the wide variety of colors, shapes, and sizes, you'll find exactly what you need to bring your dream space to life. At Sealands Carpeland, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Right now at Homeworld Rugs, get 15% off area rug sale prices. Discover stunning patterns, vibrant colors, and sizes to fit every space. With experts in every showroom to help you find your perfect rug. Don't miss 15% off area rugs going on now at Homeworld Rugs.
Yeah, all in all, it's actually not looking too bad now for 4th of July as we get closer to it. I do think the storms will hold off until probably late Friday. And even Saturday's not a complete washout, kind of like the days we had this past weekend where you will have storms, but not the entire day, too. Typical July type weather that we do see. Otherwise, it's going to be quiet evening overnight. No expected stuff going on. The widely scattered thunderstorms tomorrow and Thursday. Coverage is widely scattered, maybe even isolated. They're not going to affect the whole day. In fact, a lot of areas may not see nothing. And they're very small thunderstorms, too, that we would see pop up with a cold front that's kind of getting close to the area. The humidity starts coming up Thursday, and then especially on the 4th. That's going to be humid. And in fact, we might have some heat indices get closer to 100 for occasional time. Overall, plenty of sunshine to start off. We'll have a little bit of cloud cover coming in. This weak disturbance to the west of the Twin Cities will be incoming in the area. Then a cold front's going to kind of sag south too. So the combine of that are going to give you some showers potentially for up to Rusk County area early, but then it's going to be more towards the afternoon time frame as this begins to push over the area. And with a little bit of a daytime heating, this could spark up a few little small showers or thunderstorms as it works its way through, maybe around 1 to about 4. Not a lot of coverage. By the time we get to the evening commute, pretty much further north you go, it's probably going to be not bad. We'll still have this lingering. In fact, you see the winds kind of switching around to the east. This boundary is going to sit down there, and then we might have a little disturbance over in Iowa that could provide a little bit more thunderstorm activity or showers, mainly up to northeast Iowa. Could stretch up further to I-90 Wednesday night, so most area will stay dry, but there is that chance for those areas to see that going into Thursday. Now, some of these storms could be a little strong with the daytime heating and that front kind of getting close. You can see wind gusts up to 50. You can see some small hail, maybe a little bit stronger, just some pulse types of strong thunderstorms, something to keep in mind of. Still, the chance is fairly low. Thursday, tomorrow's highs, a degree or two warmer, but notice how the color changes towards the end. That's the cold front kind of sitting south, sagging south a little bit. So it will kind of cool off a little bit with the activity going on, but all in all, pretty much going to see a lot of 80s up there, low 80s to the north to the upper 80s for a lot of areas. The humidity level still not too bad. Now, as I mentioned, that warm front, that front that goes south, is going to work its way back north. As a warm front come Thursday, this is going to provide an opportunity for a little bit more shower and thunderstorm chance. Once again, the coverage widely scattered or even isolated going into Thursday night too. Thursday's temperatures, you'll notice the humidity come up a little bit as that front begins to push north. So mid 80s, so temperature a little bit, maybe a drop from Wednesday, but the humidity level starts going up. And then the thunderstorm chance, once again, we could see a few strong storms on Thursday. Similar setup that we had going on for Wednesday with that boundary kind of sitting overhead. Now as you go to 4th of July now, we're looking at that. Temperatures, they're going to be warm. We're looking at a lot of potential 90s out there, upper 80s. Humidity level is going to be high. The heat index is going to get up there too, so that's something to take care of, that we could be in the major category, and that means heat index could be 95 to potentially 100 for some areas, so definitely stay hydrated out there. The good news, it does look to stay dry, at least in the evening. It'll be muggy. That'll be the one thing you'll notice with the 80s and muggy conditions. Thunderstorms look to come later in the night, potentially closer to Saturday morning. We'll fine-tune this as we get closer, but for right now, I think the fireworks look good. And then Saturday, muggy, but a little bit cooler. Still showers and thunderstorms, but definitely still not an all-day washout. And then if you're really looking for refreshing temperatures, wait till early next week where it's low 80s here, maybe upper 70s in some areas. Kind of a nice, cool little air mass overhead. So those temperatures I look forward to a lot right there, even more. But for right now, like I said, I think we're good for Friday evening. Saturday's still a little bit in question depending on the timing of storms right now.
Sure. All right, hoping Friday holds. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, time's up. Damian Lillard no longer a Buck. Details on the departure of Dame Time. Plus Milwaukee beefing up their front court with an acquisition from a fierce rival. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Rust-Oleum Stops Rust 5-in-1 Spray Paint is the first ever adjustable spray paint can. Choose from 5 different spray settings, so you can get a professional finish on every project. Just $5.87 each after rebate. Transform your garage with rock-solid floor coatings. Complete your project with a showroom quality finish in one weekend. A kit covers up to 125 square feet. Just $143.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We're fired up for the 4th at Fleet Farm with deals that'll help you celebrate in style. Save $200 on a Traeger Woodridge pellet grill. On sale now for $699.99. Stay hydrated with 8 packs of Gatorade, 2 for $15. And get 1-gallon 4-packs of Liquid Pool Shock for just $14.99. Get ready for Independence Day with these specials and more at your local Fleet Farm. And check out all the items in our weekly ad, backed by our best price guarantee at fleetfarm.com.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, after parting ways with one of the pillars of that 2021 championship team in Brooke Lopez, the Bucks roster was already going to look different next season. But some moves on day 2 of the NBA free agency will dramatically change how the team looks in the 25-26 season. And the major move of the day, and one really nobody expected, Bucks waiving Damian Lillard and are eating the remaining $113 million of his contract. Milwaukee will pay $22.5 million per year to Lillard, who now will have his choice of what team to go to next when he returns from his Achilles tear. In his 2 seasons with Milwaukee, Lillard averaged 24.6 points, 7 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game. The reason that move was made was to make room for the newest Bucks big man, Miles Turner, who the Bucks signed to a 4-year, $107 million deal that includes a player option in year number 4. The 29-year-old was part of the Pacers franchise for 10 seasons, and this last year he averaged 15.6 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 2 blocks per contest. Many expected Indiana to re-sign Turner, but after Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles, the organization deciding to go a different direction. Other Bucks news, Gary Harris, a 3-and-D wing player who previously played for the Magic, is coming to Milwaukee on a 2-year deal in what is likely a minimum salary contract. The 30-year-old saw his playing time decrease in Orlando as he played in just 48 games with averages of 3 points and 1.3 rebounds per night. And now just Bobby Portis and Giannis Antetokounmpo remain from that NBA title-winning season as Pat Connaughton and 2 second-round picks were traded to the Hornets in exchange for Vasilije Micic. In 440 games with Milwaukee, Connaughton averaged 6.8 points and 4 boards per game. And a big game in the WNBA tonight is the Commissioner's Cup Final. The Fever and the Lynx doing battle from the Target Center at 7 p.m. on Prime Video. Minnesota a 10.5-point favorite tonight. The winning team will receive a split prize pool of $500,000. Caitlin Clark will not play tonight as she's out with a left groin injury, but the other captain of the upcoming All-Star game, Napheesa Collier, will be in action. Lynx forward averaging 24.5 points and 8.5 rebounds per game this season for Minnesota. But back to the Bucks news, a big swing by John Horst, the GM of the Bucks. We'll see if it pays off. Bold, yes. Desperate,
Absolutely.
maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you knew you weren't going to get Damian Lillard for the next year because he has to recover from the Achilles. So it looks like Horst is trying to keep a contender in place around Giannis.
We don't know what Giannis thinks. We've heard mixed reports of he likes it, he doesn't like it, so we'll see. Who knows what they're talking about. And one more note, Brewers are postponed tonight because of weather over in New York, so that will not be obviously on the 8.2 airwaves.
Bummer.
Maybe have a make-up date for that one later here this season.
All right. Thanks very much.
Okay, we'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Up to 60% off list at the Holiday Deals Week at Slumberland Furniture. Check out our new Lazy Boy Freedom to Choose sale. 6 select recliners, just $4.99 each. An explosive deal. Get an Ashley sofa for just $3.49, our lowest price of the year. Get a luxurious corduroy sectional for just $9.99. A Sealy Queen mattress starting at just $2.99. No one sells Sealy for less. What a sale. The Holiday Deals Week at Slumberland.
It's time to find great summer values at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We have everything you need to get out and celebrate the season at unbeatable Farm and Fleet prices. Like men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.99. Select Beyond Breeze high velocity fans, $34.99. New at Blaine's, Royal Oak supersized charcoal briquettes, buy one, get one half price. Plus, now through Sunday, we're thanking all first responders and healthcare workers with an extra 10% off their entire purchase. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, be an original.
Save big at Hy-Vee during the Red, White, and Barbecue sale, Wednesday through Sunday. Our special recipe brats, 4 for $5. Get free Oscar Mayer hot dogs when you buy 8 ground beef patties. Watermelon, just $3.98. Pepsi 6-packs, just $2.50 each when you buy 4. Save on Frito-Lay snacks. Pork shoulder roast. Bush's beans. 24 packs of water. Plus other great deals on Pepsi and Coke. In-store and online, Wednesday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
We have a few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Most of the area will be dry. Most of the time will be dry, but something to keep in mind during the afternoon. A few degrees warmer for some areas, maybe a little bit cooler further north as you go towards Rusk County, even more clouds up there in the afternoon. All in all, pretty good conditions, and they will continue for Thursday. We're looking at temperatures a little bit more, humidity, and then yes, warm and humid, but dry on July 4th right now.
I think we'll take that as long as it stays dry.
Yep.